Many people hate networking, or in simple terms, they don't know how to network in any environment you go to. There are ways you can really network in the simplest manner possible, because I do believe, or you who is watching this does agree with me, that networking can do wonders to your career, to your personal life, and even create a lasting relationship or impression that can trickle down through your generation. So you need to really learn how to network without feeling needy, or without ever feeling a way that makes you feel out of place. Networking is, for me, is not about just going to events and collecting numbers and email addresses of the people that you meet. Networking is about building bridges that you lay one brick at a time to every day. Networking is about the value first addition, value creation as addition as a first impression. And what that means is, in any event or any function you go to, or anybody you meet, there is this uh, term that people say that, for instance, you go to a tech event or any other event and you meet like a CEO of a big company or a founder, and then they tell you that, you have 2 minutes to sell to me, you have 2 minutes to pitch to me, and so on and so forth. And that is them to you, but then how do you ensure that that kind of pitch, or whatever you've sold them, verbally sticks to their mind, and they consider it sometime? Because I do believe that, honestly, there's nothing much you can really do in 2 minutes, if because that is the time that a CEO of a big multinational company will give you, face to face, because they don't know you, and probably you know them because they're as famous as the companies and the startup they lead. So for me, it's about trying to, introduce yourself in the best way possible, and what you do, as simple as that, without any expectation of getting anything from there, because that is a form of outreach, and outreach is key. The moment you lay that foundation in someone's head, then it creates that impression of, not feeling needy, as I said it, because many of you, when they see these influential CEOs, and they rush to say, I want you to help me raise this kind of fund, and it's a turn off, honestly, if you would ask me. So get it more to an extent of just collecting the numbers. Is not networking. That is just trying to rush the whole process on the whole, or the whole effect or impact of networking. you know because you're trying to really prove to them that you are more of a value creation, and you do that from a first impression basis, such that by the time you collect the numbers, there's an impression that you set. There's already a pre requirement that you already outlaid, in the terms of how you communicated. And that's to you, and that to anybody who is marketing, is the end goal of creating value when you network with people. Because you know you ask around. You can even have the number of your country's president. You can even have the number of the CEO of the biggest company that you know of. You can get them everywhere, on the internet, or even just ask their peers or ask them personally. But then that's not enough. What are you going to do? You can have those numbers in your phone, they fill your phone spaces. But then what step do you take and communicate through that number? You would be kind of bothering somebody who doesn't know you already. So your networking procedure should be on the outreach, then on the value creation at a first impression, and then never act needy when connecting with anyone, because you are invited at an event with distinguished people, with respectable people. So assume a role as similar to how they handle themselves. Never behave like you're the person who is asking for help in the room. Carry yourself like somebody, you're somewhere, you did something, you founded something, even if you want funding, but at least carry yourself in that manner. With that, you will earn that kind of ear for them to listen to you, to the point that they will not just give you 2 minutes to talk to them, but they'll give you maybe an entire time, as long as what you say interests them. Then the part of exchanging the contacts gets to the last bit, when you really feel that now it's time that maybe you can schedule a meeting, you schedule a call. And as simple as that, that is the fruit of networking, and that is why people network. So next time, don't just rush into a place and take selfies with somebody and say, yeah, I met so and so, happy to meet you. Like, avoid that kind of a way, or the end point of networking. Networking basically falls under the requirements that I told you, for you to really get the full value out of it. Because at the end of the day, your aim or your objective of networking is to create long-term relationships with people that would be valuable to what you build, what you do, and the path that you tread into. And that, as an individual, helps you to get to the point where you want. It stretches your potential because you'll meet people who've been there, who struggle the same way as you are, and now they are where they are. So the kind of mentorship they give you after you network with them, that is upon them to do it to you based on how you made your first impression and first interaction.